Okay, this has gone through a title change, y'all. Is it Ballerina or is it from the book of John Wick, Ballerina? Ah! Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon. I think I'm going to go with From the Book of John Wick, Ballerina. What's this about? Pretty simple premise. So this takes place between John Wick 3, John Wick 4. Ana de Armas wants revenge from someone who killed her father. And you know by the X on the wrist of who this clan or organization is. However, she goes against the Russians. And now, John Wick and the organization might be after Ana de Armas for a simple revenge plot. So, did I like this film? I mean, it was an action romp through in and throughout, and it was fun overall. Yes, were there some unbelievabilities where you're just like, you're kind of an ice castle and you're wearing stuff that's going to absolutely destroy your skin when you get hit by ice. So, there's little things like, okay, that might be the stupidest thing to like complain about, but okay. Let's talk about the negatives before I talk about the positives for this movie. The story. Very simplistic, very throwaway characters. And I do think there were some characters that could have been expanded, but they decided not to expand on it whatsoever. Especially there's one character where you realize who this character is, and you think, oh, it could go somewhere, but it decides not to. And also, the main guy you see in the trailer, Norman Reedus, I feel like he was underutilized a lot as well. I'll put it that way. He's maybe in the movie for 10 minutes, so I was a little bit bummed, expecting a little bit more on that level. Like I said, story, I think that's the most negative about this movie is the story. Yes, you could say it almost mirrors John Wick 1 with the revenge plot. However, having the dog die, dealing with a cancerous wife, has a way more gravitas of revenge that people really haven't seen before. This revenge you've kind of seen a million times before, so it doesn't really add anything new. And some of the fight sequences were a little bit underwhelming, because when you look at the John Wick throughout the thing, the first one, I don't think people were expecting to be such a big hit, but it was like the most grounded, and it just was like, oh, okay, this movie is just fun. Second one, what's the one scene you really recognize in that movie? For me, what I'm coming back with is the tunnels, catacomb scene. Fantastic. The third one, the dogs with Halle Berry. Oh my god, fantastic. The fourth one, there are three things. The very beginning fight sequence in Japan, the top-down sequence, fantastic, and the staircase with Donnie Yen. And then the amazing just cinematography of the fourth one just blows it away. Like, you're just like, this is some gravity, amazing cinematography. Here, cinematography is fine. Most of the action set pieces are fun, fine, and enclosed for a reason. Like, John Wick's a lot more in scope. But there is a very good fight sequence in this one that deals with flamethrowers. And you, of course, you see in the trailers, but it's to the 10th fold in this movie, and you are very intrigued of how they did this set piece, because it's fun. It's something I haven't seen before, so I have to give that to Ballerina. Is that fight sequence and having the flamethrowers is something so unique and fun that I've never seen it before. Also, I would like a Mythbusters of flamethrower and that water, and see what would that actually do through and throughout. Also, there is a good fight sequence with Ana de Armas and Keanu Reeves, and I just thought, like, that's perfect. That's perfect of, like, what would actually occur, because this movie does have that thing of, like, you're going to be smaller, you're going to have to cheat. And which is weird, because there really wasn't a lot of cheating throughout the film, as it was kind of in the trailer, where, look, you're going to be smaller, all the dudes are going to be a lot bigger, so you're going to cheat to win. And you really kind of didn't get that in this movie. Yes, you got some lucky throws of ice skates and axes and knives and things like that. Like, a lot of lucky throws. Like, oh, lucky, 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 lucky. So there is that as well. And just perfect gun placement throughout the movie. But it does look good for what I was getting at. It's not as chaotic as Havoc or Garth Evans type of films, where it's like over the top. This is Wiseman. He kind of hasn't been doing movies since like 10 years ago, because it was like mostly the Underworld series, Then he did Live Free or Die Hard. And then he did Total Recall. And I think Total Recall was his last actual movie. Then he has done a couple like TV shows. Then he came back for Ballerina. And I think this is a good movie when it comes to a directorial asset. Ana de Armas, it looks like she does her stunts. I think that's another positive, is with the flamethrower seniors, like, I think that's her real face. A lot of fight sequences, I think that's really her doing it. So that's also something I have to give props to, like the whole, I'm going to give props to Tom Cruise for doing his stunts. I'm going to give props to Ana de Armas for doing her own stunts in Ballerina as well. So overall, from the book of John Wick, Ballerina, does it need to be in the John Wick universe? That's also a question. No, I understand why they want to do it, because they knew a little bit more money would come to it if they connected to the John Wick universe. I do think it works to an extent. However, when thinking about John Wick 3 and 4 and what he was going through and adding this to it, I can kind of understand why they did it, but it also felt little, I don't want to call it cheap, but like unnecessary to a point as well. But if you want a good non-stop action set piece that goes throughout the world with good, cinematography, pretty solid, character design, but some things were almost too perfect, like putting the bomb or the grenade in someone's face and not seeing blood behind the door, having a perfect cutout. Like I said, there was just too many perfect things. Of course, I might be nitpicking, but fun movie. But the main question is this going to beat Lilo and Stitch this weekend? I don't know anymore. So from the world of John Wick, Ballerina will receive a 3.5 out of 5 Futons, which equals at 70%. Let's see what the critics and news scores are giving this one. So it looks like critics were at a 76% with 75 of them. Fewer than 50 for the critic or audience score. No critic consensus. I feel like that is going to change pretty damn quick. But right now we're at a 76 on a Wednesday night. My 70. Cheese out here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm one of these Bluetontopia. You Blue Futon. Stay watching a great day. Watch the tape tomorrow, a week from a month from a year from now. Single freaking one of you. Peace and love. Peace and love. And let's see what this does in the box office, because this one I'm very, very intrigued with.